Hey guys, it's Jason here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Workshop Wednesdays. I call them Workshop Wednesdays because the videos get released on Wednesday, but today is going to be a little different because we're not going to be running anything. We're not going to be upgrading anything, and we're also not going to be unboxing anything. Instead, I'm going to talk about why I picked up these two trucks. So both guys, the Rival MT8 and the Rival MT10, I bought them at the exact same time. And I haven't owned a team associated product in probably maybe 15 years, 20 years, since the days of my TC3 and my TC4, my on-road touring cars. We used to have kind of like this small foam racing kind of thing going on here where I live. It didn't last very long, and I haven't owned any associated trucks since then. I always wanted the original Rival MT. It was kind of almost like a 1/7 scale type truck, but just like with these ones, or at least with that one, it did have a few issues which kind of threw me off of purchasing it. And again, guys, in this video, we're going to talk about why I bought the two of them, because these trucks are kind of funny. The Rival MT10 has this reputation for being a tank and one of the best 1/10 scale trucks out there, besides from a few minor changes. The MT8, on the other hand, well, let's face it, almost every thumbnail, when you first search Rival MT8 on YouTube, every thumbnail, all the biggest YouTubers, they're pretty much just the truck with the tires falling off and broken parts, and it really does kind of throw you off. So what I'm going to do in this video, guys, like I mentioned, we're going to talk about why I picked them up. I do have a lot coming for this truck. I've already got an order in up here with Red Cat. I got a lot of their aluminum upgrades for this truck because this is similar to the Kaiju, I think it's EXT. I never owned one, but it shares some of the same parts. But either way, guys, let's get things set up and we'll talk about this. Now I'm going to start with first how these purchases even came to be, because overall, guys, I've been pretty happy with the trucks I've got lately. I've got the Creighton dialed in, I've got the Kagama dialed in, I've got the Asuga back together. The Mojave 4S has been an animal. The Synchro 4 is absolutely amazing. Overall, the Outcast 8S EXB version 2, amazing truck. And overall, things have been going well. And I really did kind of want to just get into working on those trucks, you know, kind of doing a few more parts, mainly like ESCs and motors. I've been kind of wanting to get back into that, having a little bit more fun. And along comes the Max Slash. And I bought the Max Slash, and it has been an absolute dumpster fire from the beginning. It is without a doubt the worst RC truck ever. And I've just been constantly trying to fix it, constantly running it, getting it out, getting 2-3 minutes of runtime, coming back home with a broken truck. It's been awful. And how this started was I had considered picking up another, it would be my fourth now, Traxxas Max, because I've got a lot of upgrades that I bought for the Max Slash before I really started running it. That was a stupid mistake. Obviously, guys, I wasn't thinking there. And I've got all this money into the Max Slash, and I was like, what am I going to do with it? I'm not going to be able to sell it for anywhere near what I have into it. And I thought, well, maybe I'll build another Max. I'll pull a lot of those Trial upgrades off, some of the Garage Life RC parts off, the servo, all that kind of stuff, and I'll build another Max. And I was very close to doing that. I had a Max Slash in the cart. I had the I don't know what you want to call them, the axles for the CVDs, because you can buy the longer ones to fit the Traxxas Max. I had bought those, so you're not buying a full HD drive shaft kit, whatever Traxxas want to call it, heavy duty drive shafts, whatever. And one night I went right through to the end, and then it was like, I went on YouTube and I watched some of my old videos, and I was like, I don't like this truck. This would be my fourth Max. Why do I want it? And I just decided, okay, you know what? I'm not going to buy it. Now, at that point, I had got in my head that I was going to buy another truck. And usually once that kind of gets in my head, I end up buying something. So I was just going through all my usual hobby shops here in Canada online, was doing some web, shopping and all that stuff. And I came across the MT8, which again is a truck that I've been interested in. I've watched videos on. I love the look of it from the pictures and videos anyways. And it was cheap. It had dropped price, and because it was, I think, guys, around $649, maybe $699 Canadian at one point, it had dropped to $550. And again, that's an RTR. And I thought, oh man, that's a good deal. Like, I should buy that. Then, as I was just kind of plucking around, as I was contemplating buying the MT8, I see the MT10 and I'm like, oh, I always really like that truck too though. And I'm like, oh, but the MT8's, cheap right now. It's kind of on sale. It's been reduced. I'm assuming maybe it's becoming discontinued. I'm not sure. But I also really like the MT10. Well, when I'm in those moments, my brain sort of shuts off the clinical thinking side of my brain. And it's like the 10-year-old boy going to the mall into a, Wilco Walmart and just wants toys. And that's how I ended up with both trucks. And it gets better because after I bought both trucks, I should mention this, guys. Before I bought the MT8, I had done some research. I looked into a lot of videos, kind of looked at what I was going to need to make this thing what I wanted for a truck. So at the point that I had bought these two trucks and did the checkout, I was already on Red Cats Racing's website buying some aluminum goodies from them. And then I was on A-Main's website because they were the only ones that had parts in stock, buying the RPM arms. I was buying the Techno turnbuckles that Razor RC recommended those. So I started kind of buying all these parts. I've bought the RPM skid plate for the MT8. I bought the other body for the MT8. And as well as, guys, some of the associated upgrades. Anyways, pretty much I went all in and I've gone all in. So I'm looking forward to working on these trucks because I've got a lot of plans for the MT10 is going to get an ESC and motor upgrade. So the reason I say it's getting an ESC and motor upgrade is not necessarily because I think the truck needs it. It's because I have other RC cars that sit on shelves that have great electronics in them. My Hammer Ray, which I don't think, guys, I've driven more than 2 minutes, has a Mama X. It's got a Tekin 3150 or 3200 Rock HD motor in it. It's got a Shift RC's steering servo. I don't think I can bring you guys in to see that, but it is a loaded up truck that I never drive. It's been driven because I got this truck from a buddy of mine. It's been driven, but not very much. And those electronics just sit in there. And I don't like the idea of having expensive electronics sitting around. So I thought, you know what, why not upgrade the MT10 with those wicked electronics and then bring over the electronics from the MT10 and drop them into the Hammer Ray. That way, the Hammer Ray will still run. It's just not holding on to expensive electronics for nothing. Now, when it comes to the MT8, that's the same thing. So I'm going to remove that nice AEG RC servo from the Max, dump that in the MT8. I did pick up back there a new Mama Monster X. Now, why didn't I buy the new one? Because on Canada Day, this was discounted quite a bit. I got it for like $80, $90 cheaper than what it was, let's say, like a year ago. And I know the Mama Monster X, I've had many of them. They are a great ESC. So I thought I'm going to drop that in there, as well as, guys, over here, right here, I have this guy. So this is a 2250 kV 4076 motor. Now, it's not censored or anything like that. I picked it up a while ago, and I'm going to drop that in there too. My plan later on with this truck is I want to build a 4S truck. So maybe running something like the Hobbywing Gen 2 Max 8 with that 2500 kV. I think that would be an absolute blast on 4S. Run it on high voltage because I do have a few of the 4S high voltage packs. I've got the 7500s and the 6000s right there. So I think that is kind of my plan for this truck, is to build sort of a monster 4S truck, maybe even break out that 5S pack and run that in it. Again, I've got, guys, a lot of parts coming for this truck. I've gotten a lot of upgrades. So we are going to, right from the beginning, I'm going to try to do my best, guys, to show you what these two trucks are and if they're worth it. You would think after the disaster that is my Max Slash that I would not. Yes, this truck, guys, again, everybody loves this truck. This truck, it's got some issues. So you would think after the Max Slash that I would have stayed clear of the MT8. But I watched a lot of videos, and I mean, I think some of the last one I watched, Razor RC's got a video where after he's done his upgrades, he had changed out, I think it was the rear turnbuckles, I can't remember what else. He drove that thing hard, and there's a jump that he sends the truck high, and he came down and he kept driving it, and I was like, you know what? That looks to me like the type of truck I like. I enjoy driving trucks that you can do stuff like that with. So first things first, guys, we're going to get to the unboxing. That's going to come in another video. We'll probably start running the MT10 right away. Besides, I'm going to change out the receiver and the radio gear to my Radio Link setup, and that's probably going to be about it. I might check the diffs. With the MT8, I'm definitely checking the diffs because a lot of the videos I've seen, there's definitely issues with this truck with the diffs. They're pretty much bone dry. So we'll tune it properly. We'll get the oil in there. Then we're going to start running it stock, and we'll start making the changes as parts break. Now, I did notice on this one, I did see this in somebody's video too, that my MT8 does have the performance pack. So it's got upgraded tough arms, upgraded durable turnbuckles, impact absorbing shock guards, and then the installation hardware. So we might do that first. I may swap over, because I think if I remember in the video, it actually, all those parts come in a bag. They're not installed on the truck. So I'm going to install those parts first and then maybe get it out. So do the diffs, do those upgrade parts, and then see how durable it is. And as we start breaking parts, we'll get into the RPM arms, the Techno turnbuckles, and all that fun stuff. Like I mentioned, guys, I'm going to be running my RC8X in both the MT8 and the MT10. I've still got a couple of receivers. Luckily, I was looking through my bench today. I've still got one of these ones. That's the waterproof built-in gyro, the crazy distance receiver. And this guy right here is still, this is their newer version of the small ones. This guy is still good for, I think it's 400 meters. The only thing is it's not waterproof. So I will take a good look at the MT10's receiver box just to make sure that no water, or when I'm cleaning off or if I'm running in, you know, awful conditions, no water is going to get into the receiver box and damage that receiver. I also, guys, should show you, because this looks wicked. I did change the colors on my RC8X, and take a guess where these colors came from. Okay, that's all you get. The Mojave Grom, when I saw that blue body one that they've got coming out with, or I think it's out now, I love the colors, so I ended up changing over my display on the RC8X to kind of similar colors. Now, one last thing, guys, I do want to mention is that I have been getting into, the last little while, the smaller RCs, not the small stuff, not like a Mojave Grom, not a 1/14 scale or anything, but the 110, the smaller 1/8s. I don't know what it is. I've just really been enjoying those trucks, and I've been having a lot of fun with them. I've been finding they're even more durable. I've been running so many buggies lately between my Typhon, my Spark XB6, the absolute bananas, my Team Corelli Yasuga XLR, which I don't even know if you guys have seen yet. And I also have, guys, I gotta kind of watch how I walk here because there's something I can't show you. The Synchro 4, which is the best out of the box experience you can get. And that's this guy right here, I think is the reason that I now own the MT10, because that Synchro 4 does everything amazing. And I want to see what this MT10 does. And guys, the MT8 is going to be a beast when I'm done with it. I am hoping that this is a super fun truck, durable. I can already know it's fast from the videos. And again, guys, I've got so many wicked parts for this truck that I have a feeling that this thing is going to come out to be one of my favorite trucks. I also picked up the teal body as well, so I've got both bodies. So when I go out running, I'm going to be able to switch it up and have fun. All right, guys, so I know this was a pretty different video. Again, we didn't do any unboxing, we didn't do any running, we didn't do any upgrading. We didn't even actually get to see the trucks out of the box. But I just thought it would be fun to kind of put this together so that you guys know where I'm going with these trucks and why I picked them up. I often, guys, watch videos where you kind of wonder, like, does this person just have like an infinite bank account that they can just keep rolling out new trucks after new trucks? That is not the case here. I have been lucky enough to work with Habao. I've worked with Team Corelli. I've worked with a few other companies as well, but I have written Associated many, many times, and I don't even get a reply. So I knew that if I wanted these trucks, I was going to have to buy them. So, hey, when I saw this one for the price that it was, I decided, hey, you know what? Let's just pick up both of them. And that is exactly, guys, what I did. So stay tuned. We're going to have the unboxing videos. There'll be one for each truck, and then we're going to have the running videos and the upgrade videos and all that fun stuff coming, guys, because there is a lot I want to do with these trucks. And like I've mentioned, I've been into the smaller scale, the 1/10 or the smaller side of the 1/8 now for a while. I've been really enjoying them. So I'm hoping that these trucks do what I have planned and are as good as they at least seem to be online. But guys, as always, if you enjoyed this video, give me a big thumbs up, please subscribe, and have a great day.